Good evening, everyone. One of the benefits that we stand to gain from this pandemic and this difficult time is the ability to attend such webinars, to hear the perspectives of very many different people who are very accomplished in their own spheres of work. Even before the COVID started, we were actually seeing a lot of transformation that was happening in the workplace. There's been a lot of a shift in mindsets. There's been the shift from a mindset of a 9 to 5 working job to a more outcome-based kind of compensation. There's the emergence of the gig economy, where there have been a lot more freelancers and freelancing mode of work. There have been companies which have been adapting to working with a regular set of employees alongside a host of freelancers and the ability to kind of do work on a remote basis. Now, while these changes were happening, along came a teacher who's a very strict teacher, very difficult teacher, perhaps more strict and more difficult than perhaps many of those teachers who are on this webinar. The name of this teacher is COVID-19. And the strict teacher has brought in a lot of new rules of the game, which are very, very difficult constraints that have been put on the workplace. And that has mandated organizations and the people working in organizations to adapt themselves to these. Out of these very difficult experiences come out a lot of new learning and a lot of benefits that organizations gain. And along with this, and along with all these changes, there'll also be the downstream effect on various parameters, including the nature of jobs and the preparedness that individuals, by way of students, would need to kind of embrace in order to become relevant in this changing sphere. Let me first quickly call upon the people who have been working behind to getting this program going. And I'll request Dr. Brijesh John, who's the chairman of CTIPS, which is the Placement Officers Consortium, to quickly introduce his organization. Over to you, Dr. Brijesh.
Thank you, Mr. Vijay. Once again, good evening all. Let me welcome all of you to this live panel discussion on the topic, jobs going viral or gone with the virus, an excellent topic. Let me introduce my organization. We are the Placement Officers Consortium of the state, CTIPS. CTIPS stands for Consortium of Technical Institutions for Placement Services. We started as a small group of placement officers in 2006 with 16 colleges from Central Travancore associating with us. And now we are almost 350 plus colleges associating with this consortium. This is a non-for-profit organization with no membership fee. All colleges, arts and science, management, engineering, and even diploma colleges can be members of this consortium. This is a platform for the placement officers from all over Kerala to come together, think together, and to act together. Usually every quarter we used to have get together where we will discuss the latest trends or what is happening in the field of job scenario. Unfortunately, we are not able to meet in this quarter. Thanks to Skillax for associating with CTIPS for conducting this online discussion so that we can discuss what will be the future of jobs and careers after this COVID days. So I once again thank Skillax. I also thank and I also welcome all the panel members for this discussion, and I hope we'll have a very fruitful discussion which will be very fruitful for the placement officers and especially the students in Kerala campuses. So over to Vijay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brijesh, for the introduction of CTIPS and also, of course, to Skillax for bringing this webinar together. The webinar would be on a reasonably free-flowing kind of mode of discussion. We do have a few questions that have come in already, which I will put across to the very eminent panel that we have here. But even while the discussion is going, please do feel free to kind of add questions, and to the extent possible and within the constraints of time, I would certainly try and see if we can accommodate as much as we can. So without much more ado, let me get into this. And the way that I'll be going about is I will introduce each of the panelists while I call them to speak. And in no particular order, let me get this started. And let me start this with you, Sudarshini. Sudarshini is a person who has developed for herself a very strong career in the HR function, but she's got experience across a wide variety of industries. She's worked with Deutsche Bank, where she started her career, and went on to work later with a company called Invent Soft Technologies, which is in the IT space, before moving as a business partner with L&T. She's also interestingly got good experience in the microfinance industry. And prior to her current employer, who is UST Global, Sudarshini has also worked with for a good stint with Ernst & Young. So she comes with a very rich background of experience. And Sudarshini, let me start with you, and perhaps just to kind of get into the discussion in a very easy way, it'd be nice if you could give us a perspective on the overall impact of COVID-19 to the industry. How really has the business been impacted? What really does it mean for you from a short-term, medium-term, long-term perspective? And pertinent to the audience today, very importantly, from a recruitment perspective, how does this kind of translate? Could you throw some light on that, Sudarshini?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Vijay. So context about the whole scenario currently in the situation in the market, and also how some of the industries, especially service industry, has been coping up with the current scenario. So COVID-19, I mean, especially has impacted all of us all over the world, and none of us were prepared for it, honestly speaking. While China was starting to deal with the whole situation, I think the rest of the world completely remained oblivious to the kind of dangers that it brought along with it. The collateral damage that has happened to the lot of entrepreneurs, the businesses, was so unprecedented. I mean, none of us were fully prepared for the ripple effect that it became so out of control to the entire industry, right? So if you look at from the recruitment perspective, the overall hiring, especially in the service industry, according to a recent report, has seen a 60 to 65% interviews getting delayed. Though there is obviously a virtual mode that each and every organization is moving forward to, still there is an impact of 60 to 65%. Some of the premier institutes, especially across the country, have either cancelled the internships or have moved on to a remote or a virtual kind of a mode of internship right now. So while we're all finding ways to come out of this unprecedented, catastrophe, I mean, a lot of experts and analysts are still analyzing the whole impact on the future jobs. I mean, you could almost say that, all of us are trying to learn to fly an airplane while the entire world is in the airplane right now currently. So though we are still trying to figure out as to what the future could be, most organizations will definitely now, and we are also relying mostly on the technology to continue at the same pace of productivity without hampering any of the work which is going on, including recruitment. So recruitment in the service industries will definitely continue, albeit at a slower pace. The change in the business operations in any industry, I would say, due to the current situation, doesn't have to mean that no one is hiring. The economy we were in, I mean, even before the COVID, the economy had taken a hit, and currently, obviously, it's going to continue for some more time, and there are still companies that are hiring. So we'll, if you look at the overall, honoring the offers and all of that, a lot of organizations have deferred the date of joining.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sudarshini. I think that's an interesting perspective. And I'm glad you also threw some light on the internship, because there were some specific questions around the internship as well. But I think you have clarified that very well. And I also kind of noted your point on productivity, which is an all-time high. You also made the point that recruitment is continuing. You yourself kind of did a job change during this pandemic. On the same aspect of how Ajit would be seeing this, and what is it in it for their particular industry? Just to give you a brief on Ajit, Ajit is he's an MBA graduate from the School of Management Studies in Cochin University, where he did his finance major. Absolute veteran in the BFSI sector, where he's worked with the Federal Bank, interestingly, for about 33 years. This will be interesting to note for students who keep changing jobs at the drop of a hat. He's currently the Senior Vice President at Federal Bank. Interestingly, Ajit is also credited with a lot of innovation that the bank is progressing in the space of recruitment itself. And we'll probably touch upon that in a little bit. But over to you, Ajit, in terms of your perspective with regard to the COVID situation and specifically with regard to recruitment, what does it really mean?
Hi, good evening to all. The COVID crisis, as Subhashini and Vijay has put it earlier, it has really impacted not only the economy, I think the lives of millions across the world. It has severely impacted and affected, and it continues to do so. On the specific to Federal Bank or to the banking sector, banks are considered to be in the essential service. Almost all the banks and most of the branches are functioning. And the number of branches which are functioning are increasing. Few branches which have been closed down due to local government restrictions have also been reopened, and all branches of all banks, I'm sure, are more or less functioning, trying to meet the expectations and needs of customers. The primary objective at this juncture is safety of our employees as well as safety of our customers. That's what we are focusing now. And slowly, with the opening up and relaxations that are being declared by government, various initiatives taken by central government and the respective state governments to ensure that the economy is back as fast as possible, I feel a lot of positives in it going ahead, because the initial fear because of the COVID, whether we are in the beginning stage. But now I think government has taken a bold decision to go ahead by opening up of various industries. Economy should come back. Otherwise, it is going to be a bigger problem for the country. So having said that, I genuinely feel that going ahead, maybe there'll be some delay in the recruitment process. Some staggering would be happening because of the crisis that has coming to picture unexpectedly. But at the same time, maybe the staggering, according to me, will be another 3 months down the line. It might get delayed. Whatever I have been, as far as the Federal Bank is concerned, we have recruited almost, given offers to almost 900 plus candidates from various campuses, almost 300 campuses across the country, of which definitely 1/3 would be in Kerala. My feeling is that we'll be honoring all these commitments, all the offers given to these candidates would be honored. Maybe the only issue is that because of the delay in completion of the courses, as well as the delay in getting their convocation and other formalities, I think the maybe 3 or 4 months delay might happen because of the crisis. Thereafter, we'll be back on track and we'll be recruiting. The recruitment process, the induction process, everything will be finalized, and we'll be onboarding them. That's what our expectation is, and hopefully that should give a lot of hopes to the candidates or the students who are completing their courses in their respective campuses. So that's one commitment that from Federal Bank we want to give. We are definitely going to honor the offers that we have given to the students.
Thank you, Ajit. I think for many viewers who are watching this, that really would be music to the ears, because one of the apprehensions might have been just that. And to hear you say and to commit in a public forum that all the job offers that are given would be honored is certainly something which is extremely reassuring. Thank you very much for that. And you also made the point that there is an opening up of the business, which also is something which is inevitable, and also good to know that that's really happening.